Good evening. Welcome to our third annual fundraiser. I'm Daniel Meyer, president of Hometown Hero Outdoors. Tonight's events are a bit different, and we miss everyone's in-person interaction. However, we feel we're able to showcase Hometown Hero Outdoors just as well through our virtual event over the next hour and a half.
And I'm Chris Tatro, vice president of HHO. Our original plan was to move this evening to Home and Field, a Minnesota National Guard aviation hangar in St. Paul, Minnesota. The vision was to host more guests for our ever-growing organization. Like many others over the past year, we had to redirect our event to an online virtual platform.
Since 2017, HHO has grown exponentially and currently consists of 90 volunteers covering 11 states. Our 100% volunteer field staff heavily rely on their relationships with our supporters to ensure we deliver quality outdoor activities for our veterans and law enforcement officers. The support we provide to our staff and members is the backbone of our organization. That support may be through outdoor-specific trips, networking, or monetary donations. Any and all support we provide is significant in assisting our nation's heroes.
In our 3 short years, HHO has taken over 2,700 members on varying trips. The feedback we have received about assisting our members' mental health and creating new connections, as well as friendships, is both rewarding and encouraging. Please take time this evening to hear from people HHO has impacted. Consider your support for the organization, whether that be continuing or newfound support.
This evening is comprised of 5 live segments from AVEX Studio G in St. Paul and 5 pre-recorded videos. Our next segment is live with our event director, Andy Graff. Andy will discuss the evening's agenda and how to interact or contribute to HHO. We thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Please enjoy the evening.
Hello and welcome to the Hometown Hero Outdoors Virtual Banquet presented by Thrivent Financial. We are live at AVEX Studio G in St. Paul, Minnesota. My name is Andy Graff. I'm a founding member of Hometown Hero Outdoors and our event coordinator for the board of directors. We are excited to have you joining us tonight as we raise funds to continue our mission. This year looks a little different than past year's banquets, but we will make the best of it, guaranteed. Whichever platform you are watching on, click that like and share button. Help us share our message. Tonight we're going to start with our Hometown Hero Outdoor mission video, followed by a live session with our vice president. We're going to talk about the timeline of HHO progression, highlight team leads in each state, the Matson Strong Legacy Hunt video, Eric Mossberg, an HHO member and Best Defense owner, and his testimonial, upcoming trips in various chapters, a field staff testimonial, and also have your orange tickets ready when we announce our winter raffle ticket winners. Since early December, we have hosted our annual winter raffle. We pulled the winners and we will announce several of them this evening. All of the large prizes will be announced during the large broadcast this evening. At the bottom of the screen throughout tonight's event, you will see our text to donate code. If you feel inspired to donate tonight, text the code below. Normal data and text rates apply. The code will be open all night. You could text HHO to phone number 56651. Online click bid silent auction is open. If you haven't seen our auction items, we have had them open all week and there's still time to bid. All auctions will close tonight. Go to our auction link and check out some of the amazing things that we have up for auction. We will be announcing the items and winners of those items later. Tonight we'll be drawing our raffle that had over $40,000 in prizes. The top 3 prizes being a Lund 1775 Adventure Sport boat, a Polaris Sportsman 570, and a Banks hunting blind along with 40 other prizes. The raffle drawing winners will be announced throughout the event, with the top 3 prizes being announced last. We will post the full list of winners after the event as well. Special thanks to all those involved in selling these tickets. We sold tickets all over the United States through our various chapters. There was 4,000 tickets in total, and I guarantee there will be some big smiles tonight when we announce the winners. All right, to quick recap, we got a text HHO number 56651, click bid auctions, and congratulations to the raffle winners when they are announced later. Last thing I'd like to say is that we couldn't do what we do without your support. From all of us at HHO, thank you for being here and supporting our mission. To our sponsors, thank you. You are instrumental in what we do, and now we will get the evening started.
This is Hometown Hero Outdoors. Our volunteers take our nation's heroes into the outdoors. Excursions that will free the mind. United we give. provided we fall. For those who have served, we serve you. This is Hometown Hero Outdoors.
Man, I love that video. Rogue Production has done a phenomenal job in capturing our varying trips and events. Thank you for putting together these exceptional videos for us tonight. I also want to thank Bell Bank Mortgage and Aqua Wizards of Andover, Minnesota, longtime supporters of HHO. Our members appreciate your contributions. In 3 years and 5 months, HHO has taken over 2,700 members on trips. Our membership has grown to over 9,000 people across the United States. We have expanded into 11 states across this great nation: Minnesota, Wisconsin, North and South Dakota, Iowa, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, South Carolina, Texas, Colorado, and Montana. Each team has a dedicated volunteer staff that makes our mission possible. As we grow, members and staff create new bonds and share their passion for the outdoors, creating a support system to get each other through difficult times. All states have a committed director, like those you can see next to me. The directors wear many hats in HHO, to include recruiting new staff, maintaining the existing staff, fostering new relationships with supporters of HHO while maintaining existing relationships, managing outdoor trips and activities, fundraising to support the HHO mission to get our members outdoors, and field staff. They build the team within each state, which are the foundation of what we do as an organization. Without them, and without their commitment, the longevity of HHO would fall short. As a team, we're able to work with our supporters to ensure that we are successful. Speaking of longevity, later in our broadcast, our treasurer, Chris Ehrman, is going to reveal big news that will ensure that HHO is here to stay for years and decades to come. In approximately 15 minutes, you're going to hear our exciting news. Next up, HHO has hosted unique trips over the years that have taken us all over the United States to include Canada. Over the last 8 months, we have been working on the largest and most unique trip to date. This trip's for Officer Eric Matson, a Waseca, Minnesota law enforcement officer who was shot in the head while on the line of duty in January of 2020. Officer Matson has survived his injuries, but has had many life-altering changes. HHO is committed to taking Officer Matson on a trip of a lifetime, and one of his choosing, a king eider waterfowl hunt in St. Paul Island in Alaska. Officer Matson will be traveling to the Bering Sea to fulfill his dream in January of 2022, with a selection of 2 friends. HHO and Rogue Production will continue to capture his recovery and hunt, which will be showcased in a documentary that will be released later in that year. The following segment consists of Officer Matson returning home after a significant amount of time away, recovering from his life-altering event. Officer Matson's reunited with his family and his community. It's an uplifting story about perseverance and determination.
So my earliest memory of duck hunting is probably when I was 10 years old, and my uncle picked me up and got me all set up with camouflage gear I had way too much stuff with. And then just watching him shoot ducks, and his young dog went out and get them and stuff. And then I was pretty much hooked from like the first time going on with him. So Hometown Heroes first contacted me through Chad Davis. He's another DNR officer in the Waseca area, and he contacted me and said, "Hey, I'm part of this organization, and this is what we do to injured officers or veterans. Is we offer to take them on a dream hunt, and we're thinking about offering that offer to you. What do you think?" And I was just kind of blown away, like this is really going to happen. It's awesome to get men and women who have been through a tragedy back out to doing things that they love to do. Like this year, I didn't get to hunt at all around Minnesota because I was in Omaha. But once I can get my arm to function again, I'm going to be right back out there enjoying the outdoors. So when I found out that HHO was going to take me on this duck hunt, it was just like more overwhelming because we've received so many nice gestures from people. And I was like, holy crap, this is happening, because my ultimate plan was to go there once I retire. So I was thinking, oh, maybe like 25 years from now I'll get to go to Alaska and go duck hunting. But now that it's next year, it's just surreal still.
Where do you want to go?
I don't care.
Stay right here. Your mom's over there, Jared's over there.
What up, dude? Look it.
Hey, I like your truck.
Need the detail.
So when HHO came to me and asked what my dream hunt was, I kind of knew right away it's got to be a duck hunt, because that's what I do. One of the guys I invited to come with to Alaska is my buddy Jeremy Hinkie. He lives right outside of town. He's a conservation officer, and I just knew that he'd really appreciate it. And the way we joke around with each other, it's like I got our brother there. I was going to bring my brother with, but he went to Green Bay with me and he missed a bunch of times, so I don't want to bring him all the way to Alaska to watch him miss. My best memory hunting with Jeremy is out here behind his place. He's got a little private island that we hunted on, and just kind of the jokes that we always, trash talk to each other. And there's a pond down here that I have access to that's got a hole in it. And every time we've gone, Jeremy goes walking out there and he finds the same stump and falls over. And he gets his waders all wet. So just seeing him freeze his butt off when it's been cold because he fell over. Obviously, I'd just like to say thank you, and thank you for giving people that extra push and arranging everything so they can get back out doing something that they truly love.
We're back live from the AVEX studio. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Officer Matson's story is full of heartbreak, but also shows that no matter what, you are able to overcome any obstacle placed before you. Leading up to the King Eider hunt with Officer Matson, over a year and a half worth of planning will have taken place. While Hometown Hero Outdoors staff have worked hard to make this once-in-a-lifetime experience possible, we can't forget the amazing sponsors who have helped ease the financial burden by providing monetary donations or equipment that is needed for the stay on St. Paul Island. We first want to thank our guide, Aleutian Island Waterfowlers out of Alaska, for ensuring we are able to secure a spot for this hunt. Next, we would like to thank the amazing businesses and organizations who have stepped up to provide support. Rogue Productions out of St. Paul, Minnesota, GTEL Advisors from Plymouth, Minnesota, Strike Master Rapala, located in Minnetonka, Minnesota, Minnesota Deer Hunters Association, Albert Lee Chapter, Salty Vet Gaming, online streaming from Virginia, Cabela's, located in Owatonna, Minnesota, U.S. Bank out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, Land Castle Summer Extravaganza, operating at Winstead, Minnesota, Allman's Gun Store out of Morristown, Minnesota, Minnesota Conservation Officers Association, and the Rosemount, Minnesota Police Department Care Fund. Lastly, we would like to thank all the individuals who showed their support by purchasing the special edition Matson Strong merchandise by Relentless Defender. As a reminder, throughout the course of tonight's events, you are encouraged to head over and look at the items that we have available for silent auction. You can do this by clicking on the link in the comment section and head over to the ClickBid site. All proceeds raised through the auction go directly towards helping our mission of getting our nation's veterans and law enforcement officers into the outdoors. The site will be open until 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, midnight Eastern Standard Time, and at that point the winners will be notified. You can also donate by texting HHO to phone number 56651. While many of our 90 volunteer field staff dedicate a good amount of their time to strengthening the mission of Hometown Hero Outdoors, often without the desire to be recognized for their dedication. However, there are a few that I would like to recognize tonight for their outstanding volunteerism throughout 2020. This award honors individuals whose service positively impacts communities in every corner of the nation and inspires those around them to take action. The Presidential Volunteer Service Award is also designed to honor those volunteers who are using their time and talents to solve some of the toughest challenges facing our nation. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and click that like and share button to show gratitude for those who are about to receive this award. Without further ado, I would like to award the Presidential Volunteer Service Award to Sean Olsberg, Texas State Director, for providing over 650 hours of service. Sean recently retired from the Army after 20 years. During his last few years, he established the South Carolina chapter for HHO and then proceeded to establish a Texas chapter as he transitioned out of the military. Lawrence Haliski, Colorado State Director, for providing over 700 hours of service. Larry has not only dedicated his life to service in the Army, but has also dedicated his free time to HHO. While it is his last assignment, he did amazing things for us in Wisconsin, and then proceeded to establish a chapter in Colorado. Lastly, and certainly not least, can I get Chris Tatral, Vice President of Hometown Hero Outdoors, to come up here. Chris has not only dedicated his life as a law enforcement officer, but he also devotes a majority of his free time to the organization, providing over 800 hours of service during 2020.
It's been an honor to work with the organization. I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, thank you. Next, we would like to take a short pause while we announce a few of the raffle winners from our winter raffle. First, we're going to do the Sportsman's Pellet Grill, and the winner is Ron Connier. Next up, we have the Eskimo Apex Thermal Sled House, and the winner is Brian Chafee. And lastly, we have the Ion 40-volt 8-inch auger with reverse 3-amp, and the winner for that is Dustin Hickson. Congratulations and thank you for your support. Additional virtual event sponsorships we would like to thank is Whitetail Garage Doors from Columbia Heights, and stop in and see Chris at Prohibition Barbers in Stillwater, Minnesota. This next segment is going to be of Eric Mossberg, a veteran and member of HHO, as well as the owner of Best Defense Armory and Range, a great supporter of Hometown Hero Outdoors. Eric will be sharing the story of his life after service, how he connected with HHO, and what the organization means to him. You are not going to want to miss Eric's story, so keep watching to hear his emotional testimonial, followed by some exciting news from our treasurer, Chris Ehrman, and Thrivent Wealth Advisor, Drew Gerling.
Hi, my name is Eric Mossberg. I served in the Army for just over 11 and a half years. Suffered an injury while I was in the service, which later just recently led to the amputation of my leg. I opened up an indoor range here about a week ago. I've been working with Hometown Hero Outdoors, which I'm a member of, for about the past 2 years now. So my military service, I joined the Minnesota Army National Guard at 17 years old, in between my junior and senior year of high school. Within about a year and a half after I graduated, I was married and then deployed to Iraq. May 14th is when I medically retired from the Army. And I started my new career of being an entrepreneur and starting my own business is what I'm passionate for. About a year after retiring, though, is when things just took a turn and weren't getting better. And on October 12th of 2020, I had my left leg amputated. It's been an experience, to say the least. My passion, always being an infantryman, was dealing with firearms. So I became an instructor, and I was super passionate about that. And I just said to myself, how can I make this a career? It's been quite a process. The last 2 years have been quite tough, but I made it happen. And I just now, last weekend in January, we just opened up a brand new indoor range facility and shop, and I couldn't be more happy. It's been a lot of bumps down the road. Figuratively bit the bullet, I guess, and made it happen. And I'm super happy today to say that the business is up and running. How was I introduced to Hometown Hero Outdoors? So a friend that was in my military unit while I was still in, retired before me. I should just come check it out. The conversation of firearms got brought up and raffling, and I was like, well, would you be comfortable using a veteran-owned business to do your firearms? And Chris, the vice president, he goes, yeah, we're gonna use that guy. You're in. And I was like, wow, okay, cool. Yeah, so I mean, what have I done with Hometown Hero so far? Just this last summer, a bow fishing trip. It was probably the coolest experience I've ever experienced. It was a lot of fun, just being out there and doing something different that I had never done before. Done their annual banquet now for the last 2 years. This will be, it's crazy to say, like the third year that we're doing this. So that's been really cool. The barbecue in the summertime, just being out there, being able to see smiles on people's faces, connect with other veterans. Most of my staff are either veterans, current service members, or law enforcement officers too. So it's a lot of fun bringing in the people that are part of my organization are able to be a part of their organization. Nobody is really exclusively left out in either of our businesses. Yeah, why should you get involved with HHO? I think number one, the people that sorry, I'm gonna get all tearied up. Just for like the staff. They're there to like be there for you in and out of the events. Sorry. This normally doesn't happen to me. Just seeing all the stories of both the staff and people coming together, that camaraderie and that relationships that you lose when you get out of the military, it's like it brings it right back. And that's what's super cool. It's a group of friends that, just like being in the military, you know they got your back all the time. And people are just fun to hang out with, to go on trips, to open up about anything really. But yeah, the staff, I think, go above and beyond, making sure that these trips happen, making sure that people are being helped. I mean, I can't tell you how much Dan and Chris have done just for me personally, and Alicia and her husband Jeremy. Like, they go above and beyond even just their organization. I feel like it's a family, and they're willing to do anything. I mean, they've done so much for me personally outside of the group too, which has been huge. But yeah, I mean, to join them, to support them. I think if you're a business wanting to actually support a nonprofit that you know does good work and that actually puts the money they raise back into the people that they're trying to affect, this is one that I hands down see it happening and am a part of it too all the time. And that's why I want to be a part of it all the time. You know, even when I can't physically be there because of my business, I want to help out in any way possible. And I think the staff and the members are the same. It's just a cool group to be able to help out one another. I know through my injury, a bunch of people from HHO came out and cut trees down in my backyard, and it's really cool just to see an organization just take that extra step outside of just their trips and the fun stuff, that there's actually a lot of people trying to help out one another. So yeah, as an individual, join, because it's the friendships you might have lost and the fun stuff that you might not be able to afford to do all the time on your own. And as an organization, you just giving back to those that have sacrificed everything to let people do those things as well, and to know that you're making a big impact on their lives. I'm Eric Mossberg, and I am a proud member of Hometown Hero Outdoors.
Lots of gratitude to Eric Mossberg for partnering with Hometown Hero Outdoors and allowing us to share his journey with him. Hi, I'm Chris Ehrman, Treasurer and Board Member for Hometown Hero Outdoors. You've been hearing all night about a big announcement. I would like to introduce Drew Gerling of Thrivent Financial. I've been working closely with Drew and Justin Bettinger for several months to fully understand how to expand your donations to this growing nonprofit and protect your investment with our mission. Now I would like to introduce to you the HHO Endowment Fund. Drew, can you help me take a few moments to explain what an endowment is and how it will benefit a nonprofit such as ours?
Sure, thanks for having me, Chris. An endowment is designed to ensure the organization exists into perpetuity and also aids in stabilizing the annual cash flow for a charitable organization. When a donor gives a gift to an organization for general operating needs, those funds are typically spent within about a year. When a donor gives a gift to an endowment, the funds are invested for long-term growth, typically in a diversified stock market-based portfolio. The organization then spends a set amount of the endowment each year, usually an annual growth of the account or a set percentage, say 5%. The idea being, HHO can then plan a dollar amount from the endowment each year to use for programs. This stabilizes their cash flow and builds in a predictable element to their annual budget. Charities never know for certain how much they will raise each year from donors, which can make cash flow planning for charitable programs very difficult.
Drew, in working with you, I've learned an endowment is different than the general operating funds of an organization because the non-endowment funds are immediately available for distribution to help with the operating expenses of the organization. Endowment funds are pooled for maximum benefit and invested to achieve long-term capital growth.
That's correct, Chris. We should touch on how all donors are directly benefiting from this financial decision.
An endowment provides a reliable source of income in perpetuity so the organization can count on annual distributions for its mission and relieve some fundraising pressure, which in turn allows HHO staff to spend less time fundraising and more time supporting the communities we serve. It also shows a dedication to the organization's financial stability and may attract larger donors. Drew, can you please explain why donations to the endowment are beneficial to the organization and what types of gifts can be made to the endowment?
Sure. An endowment works to ensure the long-term stability of the organization and is better suited to accept larger gifts from donors. By giving a large gift directly to the charity, the funds are used over a shorter period of time. If a larger gift is given to the endowment, those funds can be used for many decades, potentially even beyond the life of the donor, to continue providing programs and funding to the charity. Additionally, gifts of appreciated assets, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and real estate are all very common gifts to give to an endowment. However, there are many more, often overlooked types of assets that make excellent endowment gifts. Life insurance can be given to the endowment, and if structured properly, the remaining annual premiums can become tax-deductible gifts to HHO. At death, HHO will collect the death benefit and add it to the existing endowment funds. IRA funds, especially the required minimum distributions, RMDs, from IRAs that are required after age 72 make great endowment gifts. Beginning at age 72, you must make annual distributions from your IRA, 401k, or 403b accounts every year. If you wish for these distributions to be directed to HHO, you can do so using a process called a Qualified Charitable Distribution, or a QCD. This process allows you to give money directly from your IRA to HHO, and it will count towards your annual RMD and allow for a tax deduction as well. Marketable collectibles, real estate, CDs, and annuities are all assets that can be accepted by the HHO endowment. However, to find the best possible option and ensure it's carried out correctly, careful coordination with your financial advisor, CPA, and possibly an attorney must be done.
Drew, thank you for joining us this evening and all that you and Justin have done to ensure the long-term stability of HHO.
Please join us virtually on Tuesday, May 4th for a deeper dive into how to become an HHO legacy donor to our endowment. Stay tuned for details after the live stream.
We would like to take a moment and bring you full circle on some of our larger excursions for our members this year. First up is the Minnesota Barbecue event on April 24th, 2021 in Eagle Bend, Minnesota for 35 members. This is an amazing opportunity as 8 KCBS competition barbecue teams show our members how to master competition barbecue. Next is our Green Bay Trophy fishing trip on July 31st, 2021 in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. Lonnie Goman and Barbara Marks will take 20 members out on Green Bay and show them how to land a trophy walleye. And lastly, if you find yourself in Texas between June 25th and June 27th, stop by the Texas Motor Speedway for the Ducks Unlimited Expo and see Sean Olsberg and the rest of Team Texas at our booth there. We hope to see your name on the roster for one of these trips. Don't forget to submit yourself, and good luck. We would like to invite you to join our team in any of the states we operate in. Next, we would like to take a short pause while we announce a few of the raffle winners from our winter raffle. So the first up is TriStar over under 12 gauge. And that one is. And the winner of that is Lenny Haberman. Next is our standard Obsidian 556 AR-15. The winner of that is Kyle Pittman. Lastly, our Thompson Compass Compact 6.5 Creedmoor with Hawk Scope. The winner of that is Rick Ketterling. Congratulations and thank you for your contributions to HHO, and enjoy your prizes. Let me please introduce to you Maggie Hunt as she explains the blanket of support that HHO wrapped around her in her time of need, ultimately leading her to become a field staff member for Hometown Hero Outdoors.
My name's Maggie. I am married to my husband, Justin. I have 2 girls. They're 11 and 3, and I am a retired police officer from the city of Faribault. I became medically retired after a crash. I started there in 2007 and loved my job. It was just great how it made me, I felt like I was making a difference, helping people. In 2013, I was training one of our new guys, and we were providing backup on the interstate for a crash. We got hit from behind. We were parked on the shoulder, and it was super scary. We got flipped around, and so we were then looking at oncoming traffic, and there's a semi coming, and the car wouldn't start. I thought, holy crap, I'm gonna have to bail. Like, this isn't good. But my partner somehow restarted the vehicle, and we drove into the shoulder or the ditch or whatever. That crash did injure both of us. We both had to medically retire. He was only 26, and I was 33. I didn't have any structural damage. It was more neurological in my neck and my shoulder, my arm, and then the PTSD that went with it. After the crash, I was pretty confident that I could go back to work. I didn't, like I said, no structural damage. So I thought, that's awesome. I'll, do me some therapy and get back to work. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. Toughest part, though, besides the pain and the PTSD, the toughest part was my Thin Blue Line family. Where were they? I kind of felt abandoned. I could deal with the pain, I can deal with the mental stuff, but the loneliness, and that was heartbreaking. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. So that's a huge reason why HHO was so good for me, because it was like I found my new family. I got introduced to Hometown Hero Outdoors through my husband. He asked if I'd heard of it. There's a Facebook group, and I hadn't heard of it. He said, oh, you gotta check it out. You gotta get on that page. They do outdoor trips for veterans and law enforcement. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I checked it out. It looked cool. Looked like fun, It's something for me to do. I can't work anymore. And so I put in for a couple trips. It wasn't very long after that I joined that I got chosen for a ice fishing trip on Red Lake with some other women. And it's a long drive for me, someone that can't handle the road very well. But I got a ride with another gal that was also picked. And got there, I think there might have been 8 of us. and it was super fun. As a staff member, my first event was annual barbecue that they do, and I drove myself to that too. That was a little more difficult because there's not as many back roads to that event from where I live. When I got there, it was so cool, not just to meet everyone, but the camaraderie and how everyone was just so close and laughing. It was a blast, actually. And that's what opened my eyes up to why HHO meant so much to me. There's always another staff member that'll check in. Hey, how's it going? They know about my PTSD and just checking in. And I never got that before with the police department guys. And so to have that with HHO, it doesn't just mean a lot. It, like I mentioned before, I have my new family, and I know they won't cut me down. HHO is so awesome. Any veteran or law enforcement person, even if you're not huge into the outdoors, I think you can benefit from it. The camaraderie with everyone, like even if things that I've seen before, someone just really needed to talk to someone, and they reach out on the page, and whether it's a staff member or another member that reaches out, somebody reaches out, and between the staff, they're always, all right, did they get what they needed? Are they good? That type of thing. And then just getting people outside and in the outdoors, doing activities, it's good for your mental health. I mean, it's necessary. My name's Maggie. I'm very proud to be a staff member with Hometown Hero Outdoors, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Thank you, Maggie, for your bravery to share your personal experience. Hello, I'm Tony Tessing, Social Media Director, Co-Founder, and Board Member for Hometown Hero Outdoors. I would like to extend our gratitude to you, our viewers, for showing your support this evening. Without our Hometown Hero Outdoors community and support network, we would not be able to continue this mission for our nation's heroes. We would like to offer a moment of appreciation to our sponsors for this year's banquet. Troy Loeb, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, thank you. Freight Management Logistics in Chaska, Minnesota. Arcimoto from Eugene, Oregon. In addition, the employees at Tailwind Data and Voice. Among themselves, they raised $1,750. The ownership at Tailwind Data and Voice took the opportunity to match the donation for a total of $2,500 to HHO. Please remember our silent auction through ClickBid will end this evening at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, midnight Eastern Standard Time. If you haven't registered yet, head to clickbidonline.com and register before the event closes. There are lots of great items available. Now, the time you've been waiting for, in my hand are the top 3 raffle ticket winners. Good luck. First, we have the Banks Hunting Blind. Congratulations, Tyler Hansen. Next, we have the Polaris Sportsman 570. Congratulations, Tim Mon. And our grand prize, drum roll please, for the Lund 1775 Adventure Sport Fishing Boat, Denny Severs. Congratulations, Denny. What an exciting night. Congratulations to everyone. We will be calling everyone who has drawn for a prize or won an auction item. For a complete list of all of our winners for our annual winter raffle, please head to our website, www.hometownherooutdoors.org. If you're unable to join this year's raffle and would like to donate, please text HHO to 56651. Again, thank you for supporting our nation's heroes and mission for Hometown Hero Outdoors. We hope to see you next year in person at Home & Field in St. Paul, Minnesota. Until then, get off that couch and join us in the great outdoors.